Let's have three simple derivatives. Now we can call it finding dy dx, we can call it y prime, we can call it f prime of x, we can call it differentiate. It all means the same thing. As you know, the derivative of a constant is 0. And we could take that nice and slow if we wanted to. We could say that that was the same as 51 times x to the 0. Take that power 0, put it out front. 0 times 51, we could subtract 1 from the power, but you know, anything times 0 is 0, and the derivative of a constant is 0. Moving right along, let's do another one. Find the derivative. Now before we do, we could clean this up. Where have you got more x's? At the bottom. How many more have you got? Well, the rule is when you have matching bases divided that you're going to subtract those exponents. And 24 take away 4 is 20. So we can rewrite this function as negative 27 x to the negative 20. If I move that base to the numerator, I simply make that power the other sign, in this case negative. Okay, we could use the power rule now for the derivative. We'll take that negative 20, multiply it times the negative 27 out front, and then subtract 1 from the power. So that's going to be positive 540 x to the negative 21. And if we want to clean this up, we'll move that base to the denominator and call it 540 divided by x to the 21 for the derivative. Okay, another one. Now, of course, we could find this derivative using the product rule, and surely that's how I've shown it in class and on Blackboard. But there is another way. Before we differentiate, we could use FOIL to rewrite the function and say that this function would be 12x cubed plus 8x for the outers plus 21x squared for the inners and 14 for the last. Now, of course, you can leave it this way, or you could arrange it in descending order as usual. The cubic term, the quadratic term, the linear, and the constant. Now that we've made this nice and neat, we could differentiate dy dx, the derivative of y with respect to x. 12 times 3 is 36, subtract 1 from the power. 2 times 21, 42, subtract 1 from the power. You don't have to say to the 1 power. Then 1 times 8 is 8, subtract 1 from the power. You don't have to say that there aren't any x's, there just aren't any. And this is your derivative. 3 simple derivatives. The end.